guys, Renata Sander here from MeetAdvisors.com, and I'm joined with Jim Rieger, co-founder of Airespot. How are you today?
We're good. Good. Hope you are too.
Yes, I am. Well, I want to start off with asking you, who are you, and then what is Airespot?
I am a father and grandfather, happy to be both. We founded Airespot recently. It is a location company that helps, at this point, tenants know their building, keep in touch with their building, and be able to live a better life.
So do you focus more on like the people themselves living, or so who's kind of your ideal target market on who you're trying to get?
Apartment and condo dwellers that need to know what's happening around them in their neighborhood on their building.
Okay.
What we do is we notify them of all wonderful things happening around them so they don't have to wonder and ask questions and dial the phone. They basically look at their phone, they know what's happening.
So is that like maybe in regards to like an event or something that happened in the area, or kind of can you give an example of what are some of the things that you show them?
When you walk in the building, you're immediately told that there's a problem perhaps with the elevator.
Okay.
Or that your long-awaited package you were waiting and waiting for is now here and you can go pick it up.
Okay.
There's a pool party tonight, all kinds of wonderful things.
Okay, great. And what made you kind of go into this business and start Airespot versus maybe starting another technology company?
We have been looking for ways to communicate with people in a variety of ways. That's a great question, because we didn't start out, probably like a lot of the folks you talk with, we didn't really start out to do just this.
Right.
But it has evolved, and so it has, in a very much enjoyable way, so that we can communicate with people. And so this is where we land. Now, this may not be exactly where we are 6 months from now. We're okay with that.
Hey, it's a startup, so
It's
you
a
never
startup.
know
Yes.
what's going to happen,
Yes,
and every day
correct.
is definitely different. I
Right,
can tell
every
you
day,
that.
every day.
And so, kind of going off of Airespot and more onto you, what drove you to become an entrepreneur versus working for somebody else?
The freedom, the enjoyment of being able to think, the old term is certainly out of the box, but I think it's much more in the open air, if you will. Being able to create things, to ask all the dumb questions, get all the dumb answers, roll it around in your head, and then figure out where you belong. I think at my young 60 years, I'm not sure I found where I belong yet, but with Airespot, I'm close.
So were you always in kind of this entrepreneurial world, or did you get into it later on in life?
Later on in life, I would say that, but I've always peeked across the net, as they say, you know, to look to see. I've always been intrigued by the Bransons and the Gates, how they do it, why they do it, what they put up with, what they don't put up with, and so in many ways trying to mimic that.
Yeah. And so what have been some of the challenges you've seen growing your business and growing Airespot?
Being able to clearly convey what we do, how we do it, and being able to convince building owners and tenants that we can in fact help them fill out their lives.
And how have you kind of started overcoming these challenges? So what are some of the types of things that you've done to be able to combat them?
With Airespot, we have gone into many different buildings and at different levels of people, and we have asked and re-asked questions.
Okay.
We want to find out what we don't know, and it seems that when you ask for help, people are just very, very genuine. They want to help you. They give you more information than you could ever have expected. And so now it's up to you and us to be able to make sense of that and be able to make it all work.
Yeah, I heard once that never ask a question that the simple answer is just yes or no. Have more information, ask a question where they can give you more information. They're going to be more enticed to answer it for you versus just a flat out no, and then, what are you going to do next?
I think human nature takes over, and sometimes you're not even quite sure when it stops or starts, but
Yeah.
people want to help. You ask a question, and I can see their eyes move a little bit, and their head goes back a little bit, and then they start to, if you will, pontificate for a moment, and then they'll come back to reality and, well, why don't you try this? And have you ever thought about this? And why don't we, or you, think about this?
Right. And what have been maybe some of the accomplishments? I know you just recently started, but still, kind of some of the milestones maybe that you've seen thus far.
In technology, we have been very fortunate to find some great people who have held our hand, answered our questions, been able to, in many ways, drag the business, if you will, along. We have met several customers that we never would have met, and that's been very, very enjoyable. So again, as we build our business, as we start to, if you will, and I'm not hoping for snow here, but as we build our bigger and bigger snowball, we do find that people are attracted to us now,
Yeah.
and they start to ask us questions opposed to us just asking them. That's been very enjoyable.
So wrapping up this segment, what is one piece of advice that you would give to our community of entrepreneurs on Meet Advisors?
I've been thinking about that. Perseverance, and it's not that you will run into, it's not that will you run into trouble? Yes, of course you'll run into trouble and you'll run into problems, and it'll be in some ways gut-wrenching, but it's how you respond.
Yeah.
It's how you deal with the situation in a way that makes everyone not only certainly feel good, but be able to move on with their lives. Our business is all about enriching people's lives, and if we can do that, we're happy.
And where can people find out more about you and Airespot?
Airespot, spell it right now. A-I-R, it's air, but AIRESPOT.com.
All right. Well, guys, check out Airespot.com and check out MeetAdvisors.com for more videos and blogs. Thank you.